Well, hello, artists. As I mentioned in my weekly greeting video, our drawing option for this week is going to be this adorable little fishy. As I mentioned, our oceans are one of the environments that is heavily impacted by what we humans do, and I thought it would be really fun for us to draw a picture just to remind ourselves of the amazing, beautiful creatures that live in our oceans and why it's so important to take care of our oceans. So, this is our little fishy. I'm going to start out with a nice blank piece of paper. Notice my paper is going tall. It's not going long and horizontal. I'm going to have my paper going tall and vertical. You can start with whatever materials you have. You can start with a pencil. You can start with markers. You can start with crayons. And that's actually what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take my crayons out and I'm going to first start my fishy drawing with his eyes. I am going to find the middle of my paper. And I'm going to do one big circle here, one big circle here. So, one big circle, two big circles. Look at that, they're right next to each other. Now, inside of these large circles, I'm going to draw a smaller circle. One, two. Now, you can go ahead and pause the video and color in your pupil if you want to. If you really want to get super fancy with your fishy, you can do a shiny spot. See that little circle I drew in the corner of my eye? Do it again over here. Now when you color in your pupil, don't color in that tiny circle. That's going to be left white to create a nice little shiny spot in our fish eye. So you can either color in your pupils now. If you need more time, go ahead and pause me so that you can color and catch up. Now, after our two eyes, look at that, already looking great. I'm going to draw a nice U shape, a big old curved line from the middle of one eyeball to the middle of the other. Boop. There you go. It's almost like a big smile line, isn't it? That's going to be the bottom of my fish body. Now we're going to draw the top of his body. Now, what I want you to pay attention to is the top of your paper. You want to leave enough room at the top for a little fin. So, right at the top middle of your fishy eye, if you look, see this line? Imagine it's going through your eye, and boop, that's where you're going to pick it up. See that? You're going to draw a nice little curve to the top and stop. And do the same thing on this side. There's the bottom of my fishy body. I'm going to pretend it goes behind the eye, and then I'm going to pick it back up and draw a curve to touch the other one. There. Now we've got the bottom of our fish, the top of our fish. Now all we need to do are add those great little details like some sort of a fin on the top. Now I made mine all wiggly wobbly and weird. You can make your top fin however you want. This guy, he's just got a little big old curve that goes up and over. This one's a little wobbly. Maybe yours is spiky. Who knows? That'll be his top fin. And I'll do some lines in his fin. Now I'm going to do the two little flippers, his two little side fins right here. I'm going to do a curved line and then another curved line. Again, you can make your tail, your fins. This isn't a tail. These are the little side swimmers, right? You can make these any shape you want. You don't have to do a simple curve. You could do a wibbly wobbly line like my top. You could do a jagged zigzag fin if you want. Totally up to you. Now, my fish, he's swimming in a nice clean ocean, so he is super happy. So I'm going to give him a big old smile. Maybe your fishy is talking and saying something like, keep our oceans clean. So maybe you want to give him a mouth that's open, and maybe he's saying something. You could write a little phrase to the side. Thanks for keeping my sea clean. Or maybe he's just popping out bubbles and he's just blowing bubbles up to the surface. So there's some little fishy bubbles. If you want to make some little shiny spots in the bubbles, all I do is a curved line. Make a little curve. See how it comes to a point? And then do a little line on top. Sort of like the little shiny spot in our animal eyes from the other week. And sort of like the shiny spot in the fishy eyes here. All right, so that's pretty much it. You can do whatever kind of details you want in your background for your fish. Like maybe your fish is swimming through a sea of seaweed. Now I'm going to be careful here. I'm going to actually draw some seaweed going behind him. See how my lines stop? And then they pick back up, and then they go all the way. So I didn't draw through my fish. I just drew right up to him. And now it looks like this seaweed is going behind him. So if you want to, you can do that. You can add some seaweed. Maybe you can add some coral to your background. Coral is another sea life that is a part of our oceans, and they are also a very important living thing in the ocean that is being greatly impacted by our human activities. So that might be a really cool and fun thing to include in your fishy drawing too. And anything that you need to do, like maybe add some color, I think would be great. All right, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed drawing your fishy, and I hope you are having a fantastic week. I'll see you next time. Bye.